Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on, well, a truly profound journey. We're pulling from a really diverse collection of sources.
Quite a mix.
Absolutely, from ancient philosophy to modern motivational guides, powerful speeches, and even judicial insights. Our mission, really, is to uncover how our grasp of truth, our personal beliefs, our sense of purpose, and, the sheer courage we show.
How it all connects.
Exactly, how it all intertwines to shape not just our individual lives, but the very reality we collectively experience. Think of it as maybe stepping out of the shadows and truly seeing what's real.
It's a rich and fascinating tapestry of ideas, isn't it? And what's remarkable, I think, is how a central metaphor sort of threads through it all.
Which is?
Well, the spirit of Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Now, the sources don't explicitly tell Plato's story, the prisoner seeing only shadows on a wall.
Right, it's not literally in these texts we're looking at today.
No, but their core themes are powerfully echoed. We'll explore that journey from, let's say, limited perception to clearer understanding, the nature of truth itself.
From the courage it takes.
The courage it takes to question what we think is real, and how we break free from those shadows, whether they're personal fears, societal conventions, or just, outdated ways of seeing the world.
So this deep dive offers both, philosophical depth and really practical tools you can actually apply in your own life.
That's the goal. Real takeaways.
Okay, so let's begin by examining the fundamental tools we use, the ways we understand and shape our world. Words, arguments, and that ancient art, persuasion.
Where better to start than Plato?
Exactly. Our journey starts with Plato and his dialogues Gorgias and Phaedrus. They offer these, timeless insights into rhetoric. And Plato gives us this stark warning that feels incredibly relevant today, maybe more than ever.
Doesn't it just?
In Gorgias, Socrates highlights this critical danger. A charismatic speaker, someone skilled in rhetoric but maybe lacking genuine knowledge.
The smooth talker.
Right. They can often be more convincing than an actual expert, especially when talking to an uninformed audience.
He uses that analogy, doesn't he? The cook versus the doctor.
Yeah, it's like a skilled cook promising delicious treats, easily winning over a jury of, children who prefer pleasure over the doctor's uncomfortable but necessary remedies.
It perfectly shows the peril of persuasion when it's uncoupled from truth. Plato calls it just a knack, not a true art.
And it can easily keep us just staring at shadows, content with illusions.
Precisely. Plato's ideal, which comes through Socrates, is for rhetoric to be a philosophical kind of rhetoric, a legitimate expertise that aims to actually lead the soul towards truth.
Not just win an argument or manipulate.
No, it's about genuine guidance. He illustrates this so beautifully by describing our inner world as a kind of balance, like a charioteer managing two horses.
Reason, spirit, and desire.
That's it. The goal is to align these energies harmoniously, to bring a sort of godlike simplicity to the soul, steering it towards understanding.
So it's about stepping out of that cave's darkness by directing our inner focus towards what's truly good and real.
Exactly. And for you, the listener, this really means becoming a more discerning listener. Asking yourself, am I being guided towards a deeper, genuine good? Or am I just being swayed by, surface-level appeals that might keep me content with the shadows?
That's a powerful and, a pretty high-minded ideal. But I wonder, in our hyper-connected world, where speed and sound bites often seem to trump depth.
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you think Plato's vision of truth-leading rhetoric is even a practical goal today? Or does it remain mostly a philosophical aspiration?
That's an excellent question. And it's actually where other ancient thinkers like Aristotle and Cicero offer perhaps a more pragmatic approach. Still ethically conscious, mind you, but a framework for the real world.
Okay.
They recognize that while the ideal is truth, often you have to work with opinion, not knowledge, especially when you're dealing with diverse audiences who might not know the subject.
Right, meeting people where they are.
Exactly. Aristotle, in his Rhetoric, gives us this practical toolkit for persuasion. He shows us how to connect with an audience through their moral values, understanding what they praise or condemn.
So tapping into what they already believe or value.
Precisely. And he highlights the power of language, everything from metaphors to just everyday words and the use of enthymemes.
Enthymemes, okay. Remind us?
Think of an enthymeme like saying, of course she'll succeed, she's such a hard worker.
Oh.
The unspoken link, the bit the audience just accepts, is hard workers succeed. It makes an argument feel really intuitive because it draws on these shared beliefs.
Got it. It makes it feel like common sense.
Right. And Cicero, who was a master orator himself, built on this. He argued that an orator must genuinely feel the emotions they want to inspire.
You can't fake conviction.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And perhaps most profoundly, he believed in orators' mastery of life and morals. Their character, their ethical standing was paramount.
Their ethos.
Exactly. So for both Aristotle and Cicero, effective persuasion isn't just about spitting out facts. It's about connecting with the human condition, understanding why a particular truth matters to this specific audience right here, right now.
Okay, so if Plato shows us the ideal destination, the absolute truth, let's say Aristotle and Cicero are kind of giving us the roadmap for navigating the real world to get there,
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
acknowledging that we have to meet people where they are, maybe in their own caves to some extent.
Perhaps. It's certainly the balance we seem to constantly strive for, even in modern communication, isn't it? Think about Dale Carnegie's advice in How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh yeah, the classics.
Always avoid the acute angle. And why prove to a man he is wrong? Is that going to make him like you? Why not let him save his face?
Right. It's not about compromising truth necessarily, but about understanding human psychology, how to open people up to new ideas instead of just cornering them and making them defensive in their shadows.
Exactly. And then, shifting gears quite a bit, on a very different stage, you have the wisdom of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ah, RBG.
In my own words, she describes her incredibly disciplined approach to writing judicial opinions, aiming to get it right and keep it tight without undue digressions.
Decision.
Absolute precision. But she also noted how a good dissent from a colleague actually forced her to sharpen her presentation. She appreciated their input even when they strongly disagreed.
So even in disagreement, there's value in the exchange for finding clarity.
These are just perfect examples of strategic communication in different contexts. Carnegie focuses on interpersonal harmony, right? Where empathy and preserving someone's dignity often lead to more productive outcomes.
Makes sense.
Ginsburg, operating in the legal realm, prioritizes precision and impact, but she still values that collaborative process of debate to refine the truth, to get the argument just right.
And her nuanced approach, understanding the legal landscape, her colleagues, it sounds like it echoes Plato's idea from Phaedrus.
It really does. Tailoring your message to different types of soul, as Plato put it.
Yeah.
Effective communication just isn't a one-size-fits-all skill, is it? It demands adapting your style, your content, based on your audience and your ultimate purpose.
Whether you're trying to win an argument or build a relationship or just clarify a complex idea.
Exactly. Being aware of your audience's existing perceptions, their shadows, if you will, or their potential for understanding, that's absolutely key to truly guiding them towards enlightenment, towards a clearer view.
Okay, so we've explored how external persuasion, tries to shape our reality. Now let's turn inward. Let's discover how we shape our own world with our beliefs, our minds, our aspirations.
Yeah, internal landscape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're diving into this powerful concept of internal belief systems and the, absolute crucial role of setting goals.
And Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret is just foundational here, isn't it?
It really is. His insight, we become what we think about. It sounds simple, but he presents it almost like a fundamental law.
Like gravity.
Kind of. He paints this vivid picture. Imagine two ships. One has a clear destination, a captain, a compass. The other just drifts aimlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Only the first one's going to reach its port, right? So it is with us. A mind without a clear goal will just drift. Much like those prisoners in the cave, just reacting to whatever shadows flicker by.
That's a great connection. And Nightingale provocatively calls the human mind the last great unexplored continent on the earth, holding riches beyond our wildest dreams.
And it faithfully returns anything we want to plant.
Yeah. But here's the paradox he points out.
The kicker.
The most priceless things in life, our mind, our soul, our hopes, our dreams, they're given to us free. And because they're free, we often undervalue them, don't we?
We take them for granted, fail to cultivate the vast potential within.
We often don't even try to look beyond the immediate shadows they cast.
It's a powerful call to intentionality, then.
Definitely. And Nightingale's 30-day test makes this really practical. First, set one clear, definite goal.
Just one.
Just one to start. Second, consistently focus your thoughts on this goal, exploring solutions in your mind. Third, cultivate this unwavering belief in your success.
You have to believe it's possible.
Absolutely. And finally, act decisively. It's about actively steering your mind rather than just letting it wander aimlessly among the mental clutter.
And Tony Robbins reinforces this, doesn't he? An
Wow.
unlimited power.
He does, emphasizing that our beliefs are foundational. They either open or shut down pathways to success.
It's like a switch.
Pretty much, if you believe you can, you'll start looking for ways. If you believe you can't, you'll find excuses. It connects directly to that growth mindset concept.
Right, the idea that abilities aren't fixed, they can be developed.
Exactly. And Robbins cites that famous, sometimes debated but illustrative Yale study, where only 3% of graduates with clear written goals significantly outperformed the other 97% financially over time.
Wow, writing it down makes a difference.
It seems to crystallize the intention. His warning is stark. Limited goals create limited lives. To break free from those self-imposed shadows, we have to expand our vision.
So our thoughts and beliefs, they're not just passive observations. They're the active architects of our personal reality.
That's the core message. Choose empowering beliefs. Set clear goals. That's the blueprint.
That's a fantastic practical application of the power of thought. But, it's not just about setting any goal, is it? It's about having a deeper why and building resilience for the journey.
Ah, the purpose behind the goal.
Yeah. Les Brown, in Live Your Dreams, shares how his dream to buy his mother a house wasn't just about becoming a DJ. That was just the means.
The vehicle.
Exactly. The deeper why, buying the house, that fueled this unmatched hunger and persistence. It turns setbacks into mere detours.
That why gives you strength when things get tough.
Totally. And he also offers this liberating act.
Yeah.
To literally write down your past faults or regrets on paper and then tear it up.
Symbolically freeing yourself.
Yeah, moving forward unburdened, unchained by past shadows.
That's powerful. And Zig Ziglar in CEO at the Top echoes this in a way. He distinguishes between negative goals, like trying to avoid failure.
Which is fear-based.
Right. And positive goals, aiming to achieve success. He tells us to replace luck with pluck. That success comes from identified objectives, sharpened talents, and sheer dedication.
You earn it.
You earn it. And he highlights the success begets success principle. Achieving small, daily wins builds confidence, creates momentum towards those bigger long-range goals.
Little victories add up.
They really do. He even tells that vivid story of the mad butcher who turned around his failing supermarket. How? Simply with 5 times as much enthusiasm and a completely changed attitude.
Just a shift in perspective.
Proving how that shift can illuminate new paths, new possibilities.
These insights, taken together, they really stress individual agency, the power of attitude, and that sort of iterative nature of success, building block by block.
They do. But to really deepen this concept of purpose, we have to bring in Viktor Frankl's man's search for meaning.
Ah, yes, logotherapy.
Logotherapy, exactly. Which he describes as healing the soul by guiding it to find meaning in life. This isn't just about success or, fleeting happiness.
It's deeper.
It's about finding an enduring why that can sustain an individual even through unimaginable suffering. Frankl, having survived Auschwitz, he saw humor itself as a weapon of the soul.
Even in the darkest places.
Demonstrating how a shift in perspective, finding meaning, can offer profound resilience. It helps one see beyond the darkest shadows imaginable.
Wow.
And while Russell H. Conwell's Acres of Diamonds focuses much more on, attaining wealth.
It's a bit different, yeah.
It is. His view, maybe controversial, that 98 out of 100 of the rich men of America are honest, and that it's a godly duty to honestly attain riches. Even that still implicitly links purpose with integrity.
So even in pursuing material gain, there's an undercurrent of doing it the right way.
That seems to be his argument. For you, the listener, the takeaway is understanding your why, finding deeper meaning in what you do, provides unparalleled resilience. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones and fuels sustained, purposeful progress. It's how you find the path out of whatever cave you might feel stuck in.
That brings us really nicely to a crucial modern perspective on this core purpose, powerfully articulated by Simon Sinek in Start With Why.
Ah, Sinek. Very influential.
He argues that a clear why isn't just like a marketing slogan. It's the fundamental foundation for innovation, for building trust, for fostering deep loyalty.
It's the core belief.
Exactly. Apple's why, he explains, wasn't just to sell computers or phones. It was to give the individual the power to stand up to establish power, to empower the dreamers and idealists to challenge the status quo.
That's a powerful mission.
And that core purpose acted as a filter for all their decisions, didn't it? Creating products that resonated so deeply, moving people beyond just thinking about features or price.
It created a connection.
Right. And he also offers that cautionary tale about Michael Dell, how his company struggled when they seemed to forget or failed to communicate their original cause.
They lost their why.
Yeah. And without that clear why, the company lost its direction, affecting everything from innovation to customer loyalty.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Cynic's why resonates so deeply with Plato's idea of having a philosophical foundation for action.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, a strong, clearly articulated purpose creates this invaluable filter and context for all decisions. It's how we clarify our values and emerge from ambiguity, from the gray areas.
It guides choices.
Exactly. This isn't just business strategy, it's a profound insight into human motivation. When people understand and align with an underlying why, trust emerges naturally. Value is perceived differently. It helps them see beyond the superficial shadows of maybe just price or convenience.
So whether you're building a brand, leading a team, or even just trying to clarify your own life's direction.
Identifying and articulating your why might just be the most powerful tool you have for inspiring yourself and others. It's like your internal compass for navigating the world outside the cave.
Okay, so from that inner landscape of beliefs and purpose, let's shift now to the external manifestation of courage, that incredible willingness to actually step into the arena.
Taking action.
Yeah, whether it's in our personal lives or on a much grander societal scale. And we have to talk about Brené Brown's transformative book, Daring Greatly.
Absolutely essential for this topic.
Her work on vulnerability and shame resilience is just central here. She teaches us that, look, when we dare greatly, we will err, and we will come up short again and again. That's part of the deal.
It's inevitable.
Right. The key, she stresses, is not to equate these inevitable defeats with being unworthy.
Don't let failure define you.
Exactly. And shame, she explains, derives its power from being unspeakable. It thrives in silence, keeping us trapped in these metaphorical shadows of fear and self-doubt.
But speaking it helps.
That's it. Language and story bring light to shame and destroy it. Her own research showed that her greatest personal and professional transformations happened when she found the courage to share her struggles, to ask for help.
Embracing vulnerability.
Yeah. Leaning into the discomfort of uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure is, she admits, a painful process, but it's precisely where genuine transformation happens. It means daring to be vulnerable, to step into the light, away from that self-imposed shame.
It's a powerful insight. And Brown's title itself, Daring Greatly, of course, echoes Theodore Roosevelt's famous speech, doesn't it?
The man in the arena.
Exactly. Connecting her work to that universal human experience of putting ourselves out there, risking failure. This courage isn't the absence of fear, is it?
No, not at all.
It's the willingness to act, to cite it, to move beyond the comfort, maybe the false comfort of the familiar shadows.
And we see a complementary, yet maybe distinct form of resilience in Seneca's letters from a Stoic.
Ah, the Stoics, a different flavor of courage.
Right. Seneca presents philosophy as this profound defense against life's main fears.
Yeah.
Want, sickness, and the violence of the stronger.
Of big anxieties.
Yeah. The Stoics encouraged us to obey God cheerfully, but fortune defiantly. It offers this framework for enduring adversity, for acting with a lofty spirit, even when facing things you absolutely cannot control.
Focus on what you can control, your response.
Exactly. It's about cultivating this inner fortress of resolve, understanding what's in your power and what isn't. This blend, maybe, of Brown's vulnerability and Seneca's defiant resilience.
It equips you, doesn't it, for the inevitable challenges that arise in any meaningful life, any life lived outside the cave, really.
Yeah. True courage isn't just about those big dramatic acts. It's maybe the consistent willingness to just show up, be vulnerable when necessary, and persevere, knowing that even when things are incredibly daunting, you can still choose how you respond.
Well said.
Now, let's look at some profound examples of daring greatly by challenging entrenched social injustices. These figures aren't just historical footnotes. They are living testaments to the power of truth-telling and action.
Bringing truth into the light, often at great personal risk.
Absolutely. Consider Frederick Douglass's scathing denunciation in What to the Slaves is the 4th of July.
An incredibly powerful speech.
It was such a daring act of truth-telling, exposing the glaring hypocrisy between America's boasts of liberty and the brutal, brutal reality of slavery. He laid bare the nation's barbarous and dreadful system, forcing his audience to confront that uncomfortable truth.
Forcing them to look directly at the shadows of their own denial.
Exactly. And then there's Sojourner Truth's iconic Ain't I a Woman? A raw call for empowerment and equality. She advocated for cooperation of effort and demanded the right to enter the same employments which other people enter, highlighting how people of color were systematically shut out of common jobs.
Her questions were so direct, so unflinching.
They challenged the fundamental assumptions of her time, bravely stepping into the light to demand recognition, demanding to be seen.
And of course, Patrick Henry.
Give me liberty or give me death. It's the ultimate call to action, isn't it? Demanding freedom against tyrannical rule. These weren't polite suggestions.
They're from it.
They were powerful, confrontational acts of courage, spoken into systems that resisted change with immense force. It echoes that struggle, doesn't it? Leaving the maybe comfortable darkness of the cave for a harsher but realer world outside.
These powerful speeches are just prime examples of rhetoric used not for superficial persuasion, but to expose injustice and catalyze real social change.
They weren't trying to win friends, necessarily.
No, they were demanding that audiences confront the shadows of societal denial and hypocrisy, echoing Plato's pursuit of often uncomfortable truths. These orators were, in essence, trying to drag their communities out of the cave, forcing them to see the harsh realities beyond those comfortable illusions.
And this courage to challenge the status quo, it's powerfully mirrored in Tara Grove's admonition.
Her words are so direct.
Don't cave to the status quo. Don't trade happiness for deferred gratification. Don't give up adventure for safety and security. The safe is the enemy of the satisfying.
Wow. That directly challenges the comfort that can lead to complacency, to inaction, urging us to embrace risk, uncertainty, for a truly satisfying life, not just a safe one.
And Theodore Roosevelt, again in his vision for a republic, spoke of the necessity of, well, a whole package. Efficiency and morality, high principle and rough common sense, justice and the sturdiest physical and moral courage.
A high bar.
Yeah, and he consistently believed in treating each man on his worth as a man, regardless of wealth or race. Though he admitted to having dim vision on the terrible problem of race, he was firm in his conviction that everyone should be treated on their merits.
These historical figures just remind us, don't they? Confronting injustice, driving change requires immense personal courage, the willingness to be vulnerable, and that unwavering conviction to speak truth even when it's unpopular or downright dangerous.
Bringing it closer to our time, we see the same spirit of daring greatly in contemporary leaders. People who not only challenged the status quo, but also inspired profound hope. Harvey Milk, for instance.
A true pioneer.
In his iconic "You've Got to Have Hope" speech, he made that powerful assertion. A gay person in office can set a tone, can command respect, and provide real hope for young people in the community.
Visibility matters.
Absolutely. He emphasized the need for leadership that was truly independent, unbossed, and unbought, embodying the courage to stand up against established power structures, offering a path out of isolation and fear for so many.
And then, of course, Martin Luther King Jr.
The transformative power of "I Have a Dream." He spoke of creative suffering and hope as actual tools to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope.
Such powerful imagery.
Transforming jangling discords into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. His words were just this testament to the courage of nonviolent resistance and that unwavering belief in a more just future, illuminating a path of shared humanity.
A vision of what could be.
And let's not forget John F. Kennedy's inaugural address. That unwavering pledge to pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
A call to collective courage.
Exactly. Demanding sacrifice and unwavering commitment in the pursuit of freedom, daring a whole nation to step into its greater purpose.
These leaders really exemplified daring greatly on a grand scale, don't they? Their courage wasn't just for personal transformation, though it surely involved that too. It was for collective liberation, for the advancement of humanity, moving entire societies out of various caves of injustice and limited thinking.
But there's a flip side to this courage, isn't there? The danger of its absence.
Indeed. And Elie Wiesel's profound reflections on the indifference that allowed the Holocaust. They underscore the critical importance of moral action and memory.
The danger of looking away.
He highlights how this incomprehensibility of evil perhaps could have been lessened, questioning the indifference that allowed such a tragedy to unfold. His work is just this potent reminder that the absence of courageous action can have catastrophic consequences.
It emphasizes the urgent need for individuals not just to speak truth to power, but to actually act on it.
Yes. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg's entire career, again, from fighting for women's right to practice law like Belva Lockwood before her, to tirelessly advocating for the Equal Rights Amendment and a more diverse society. It consistently demonstrated her courage to challenge established norms.
A lifetime of challenging the status quo.
Her insistence on a more diverse, inclusive society, understanding, accommodating, even celebrating our difference while pulling together for the common good speaks volumes. And her willingness to deliver those powerful bench dissents in really consequential cases.
She wasn't afraid to be the dissenting voice.
No. It highlights this active, courageous role in shaping legal reality, a constant battle against the shadows of inequity. For you, the listener, these powerful figures demonstrate that hope, when it's anchored in courage and principled action, it's not naive optimism.
It's a force.
It's a powerful, necessary force for progress. Your personal willingness to challenge what you see as wrong and to advocate for what you believe is right can genuinely contribute to a better, more just world, one step at a time towards a brighter light.
Okay, so we've journeyed through this intricate dance of persuasion and truth, the profound power of our inner beliefs and purpose, and we've witnessed the transformative impact of daring greatly in action.
Quite a journey.
It has been. But how do we tie all this together now? How do we spot and actually seize the diamonds, those immense opportunities that are often hidden in plain sight, right in front of us, maybe like treasures obscured by shadows in a place we thought we knew well?
Ah, the acres of diamonds.
Exactly. Let's revisit Russell H. Conwell's captivating lecture. His central, really arresting idea is that immense opportunity, even wealth, is often found right out here in our own garden.
Not halfway across the world.
No. He tells that famous story of Ali Hafed, the ancient Persian farmer. Hearing tales of diamond mines, he sells his land, journeys far and wide in this fruitless search.
And dies in poverty.
Tragically, yes. Years later, the world's most magnificent diamond mine, Golconda, is discovered by his successor, right there in Ali Hafed's very own neglected garden.
The irony is just crushing.
It really is. He spent his life looking for something that was literally beneath his feet the whole time.
And Conwell gives other examples too, doesn't he?
He does. That ironic one about the geology professor who sold his Massachusetts homestead, unknowingly sitting on this large block of native silver. He lived there, worked there, but failed to see the immense value in what was familiar and close.
These stories powerfully illustrate how we often overlook the vast potential that lies right within our immediate environment, always looking for greatness a way off somewhere else.
Effectively remaining in the shadows of our own perceptions, maybe?
I think that's exactly it, and it raises that important question, why? Why do we so often overlook opportunities right in front of us?
Yeah, why don't we see them?
Conwell's stories provide a compelling answer, I think. It's often due to preconceived notions, maybe a lack of keen observation, or just that ingrained belief that greatness is all way off somewhere else.
We assume valuable things must be rare, exotic, far removed from our everyday experience.
We discount the familiar.
We do. And Earl Nightingale directly connects to Conwell's message. He states quite boldly, "You are, at this moment, standing in the middle of your own acre of diamonds."
Right now.
Right now. He elaborates on that human tendency to undervalue what's familiar, what's free, what's readily available, contrasting it with the perceived value of what's distant or expensive. Our minds, he suggests again, are the last great unexplored continent, capable of returning anything we want to plant.
But because our mind, our soul, our body, our dreams, they're given free. We often place little value on them, using just a fraction of their potential. For you, the listener, this means the greatest opportunities for growth, success, fulfillment might not be in those far-off lands or complex schemes.
They might be right here.
In the people, the problems, the resources already present in your immediate environment. It's about cultivating a new way of seeing, really, stepping out of the shadow of routine and assumption.
Exactly. It's about shifting that perception, moving from the literal cave of our daily lives to seeing the light of potential that's already there. Conwell gives us that truly compelling story, doesn't he? About how simple observation and action can unlock hidden potential.
The toy maker.
Yeah, the poor, out-of-work man in Hingham, Massachusetts. Prompted by his wife, he just observed his children quarreling over this simple wooden toy he'd whittled.
Just paying attention.
And he realized what his own children like at home, other people's children would like in their homes too. So using firewood, Basic materials, he started making these strong, unpainted Hingham toys.
Started small.
Very small. This man, who started with just a penknife and by consulting his own children, eventually became the richest man in old Massachusetts. His insight wasn't complex. It was about understanding the human heart, as Conwell put it, and seeing opportunity in an everyday need.
That's fantastic. And it connects beautifully to Tony Robbins' idea in Unlimited Power, where he talks about reframing negative experiences.
How you look at things.
Exactly. By changing the frame through which we interpret an event, we can reveal hidden advantages, create new opportunities. Instead of seeing a problem, we reframe it as a challenge or an opportunity for growth.
Like stepping back to see a different angle of the shadows on the wall.
Precisely. It also echoes those questions Nightingale prompts us with. How can I improve myself? How can I be more effective in my work? How can I help make my community a better place? These questions direct our attention inward and outward to the potential within our immediate sphere.
The common thread in all these stories, then, it seems undeniable. It's the power of simple, empathetic observation coupled with decisive action.
Yes. It's about seeing problems, whether it's kids needing toys or a gap in the community, not just as obstacles, but as veiled opportunities. It requires understanding the human heart, as Conwell said, recognizing those universal needs that can often be met with local resources.
Even in Steve Jobs' brief mention of the Wright brothers,
Ah, yeah, that's illustrative too.
it shows how an incident can spark a lifelong dream. And that iterative process, from gliders to airplanes, shows how continuous improvement, always seeking more control, leads to revolutionary outcomes.
They didn't just invent flight in one go, did they? They observed, experimented, failed, iterated, always seeking more control, greater possibilities, pushing the boundaries.
It reinforces Nightingale's belief in utilizing more of your full brain power, emphasizing that nothing is done, nothing is final and complete. You've done important and significant things in the past, and you can do more.
It's a call to persistent engagement with our potential, isn't it? A constant striving to see beyond the initial shadows, the initial limitations.
And finally, to bring it kind of full circle, Kurt Vonnegut's Good Uncle Alex.
Oh, I love this one.
He regularly prompted Vonnegut to stop and say, if this isn't nice, what is?
Such a simple practice.
But it cultivates an appreciation for life's rewarding moments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Making you more attuned to the good, to the potential that is already present. It shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's available.
Helping us appreciate the light we already have, rather than just focusing on the darkness or the distance. For you, the listener, opportunities are so often disguised as everyday needs or overlooked resources. By cultivating curiosity, keen observation, and the courage to just start small and iterate, you can uncover vast potential, your own acres of diamonds, right where you are, truly emerging from the shadows of assumption and limitation. #outro.
Wow. What a journey we've had today. We've really explored this pursuit of truth and effective action from so many angles.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. We began by examining that intricate dance between persuasion and the search for truth, from Plato's ancient warnings about, superficial rhetoric, all the way to modern insights on strategic ethical communication. Then we delved into the profound power of our inner beliefs and purpose, recognizing how our thoughts genuinely shape our reality, and how clear goals, fueled by that deeper why, are really the blueprints for our desires.
Building from the inside out.
Exactly. Then we witnessed the transformative impact of daring greatly in action, drawing inspiration from ancient Stoics, civil rights heroes, modern vulnerability researchers,
Wow.
all showing us the courage it takes to challenge the status quo, to be seen, to bravely step out of the shadows.
Yeah.
And finally, we learned to seek and seize those overlooked opportunities in our immediate world, recognizing that our acres of diamonds are often right beneath our feet.
Waiting to be noticed.
We've seen how deeply interconnected all these ideas are, haven't we? Threading all the way from ancient philosophical debates on rhetoric, right up to modern calls for self-empowerment and profound social justice.
It all links together.
It really does. And this isn't just, an academic discussion. It feels like a powerful call to personal reflection and intentional action for you, our listener.
Absolutely. If we try to connect this to the bigger picture, the most effective way to navigate and shape our reality seems to involve this dynamic interplay of all these elements we've discussed.
It's not just one thing.
No. It's about mastering the art of ethical persuasion, anchoring our actions in a clear and meaningful purpose, cultivating the courage to be vulnerable and challenge the status quo, and developing that keen eye to recognize and act upon the opportunities that consistently surround us.
It requires active engagement.
Exactly. Much like the active engagement required to truly appreciate Plato's dialogues or that journey out of the cave, applying these insights in your own life demands continuous critical thinking and conscious choice.
It's ongoing work.
It is. So maybe let me leave you with a final provocative thought, drawing from Tara Grove's powerful words again. The world is waiting for you, she says. But she also adds that cautionary note.
Right.
That previous generations got distracted and lost sight of the fact that life is a miracle every moment of your existence.
Don't lose sight of the miracle.
Exactly. The ultimate challenge, then, is to take it and run as if your life depends on it. Consider what shadows, whether they're limiting beliefs, the fear of vulnerability, or just overlooked potential, you are ready to step out of.
What are you ready to leave behind in the cave?
Yeah, and ask yourself what truth and purposeful action you are prepared to pursue and embody, knowing that your individual journey, your willingness to show up, to engage, can indeed light the world, as John F. Kennedy once envisioned.
That's incredible. A powerful place to end. Thank you for such an insightful and expansive deep dive today.
My pleasure. It was a great conversation.
And to you, our listener, thank you for joining us on this exploration. We encourage you to continue your own personal deep dives into these powerful ideas. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep daring greatly.